Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steven again and welcome back to another video. In today's video we've got something of a discussion slash preview on a Pokemon who is returning with the expansion passes for Pokemon Sword and Shield, namely the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. They have already been confirmed that a few Pokemons will get released when those expansion packs drop, and one of those Pokemon is Garchomp. In my opinion, one of the meta-relevant Pokemon. Definitely Garchomp has always been around when available, obviously. Garchomp is a good ground and dragon type with a great attack stat, a great speed stat, and a decent move pool. Now, the move pool is very interesting for Sword and Shield. We do not know anything about Garchomp's move pool, but we do know that in Sword and Shield there is a TM for Dragon Dance. What if Garchomp got Dragon Dance in this generation? Because the Pokemon Company has put Dragon Dance on a few other Pokemons as well who didn't previously get it. Think, for example, Hydreigon. Hydreigon is usually run special, but they did give him a buff with the Nasty Plot. So my prediction is that there is a very good chance that Garchomp could be getting Dragon Dance. In this video, we're gonna take a look and a dive into the potential Garchomp with Dragon Dance. I've opened up a calculator on Showdown. I've just got a Garchomp standard Garchomp set with max speed, max attack, jolly nature, and we've got just a few filler moves. We can change that up in the course of the video. And for example, I'm going up against a Rhyperior here. He has obviously not been EV'd or anything, but let's say we're gonna go with a weakness policy Rhyperior, which goes around quite a bit, especially in the VGC, and that is what we're gonna be calculating here. Let's say we've got a maxed attack, maxed HP Rhyperior here. He's adamant nature, the ability doesn't matter. Okay, Garchomp. We've got the standard Garchomp here, non-boosted. If I get up a D-Dance, at the moment, regular Garchomp against a max HP, 0 defense investment, obviously. But max HP, let's put 4 for the final touch. We are doing with EQ, non-boosted Garchomp, obviously, 62 to 74%. So not a one-hit KO, but if I can put up a D-Dance, we are looking at 90, almost 92 to 109%. So that is definitely a favorable roll for Garchomp there on the EQ. Let's say he doesn't have max HP. Let's say he has a little less HP. Obviously, EQ is going to be doing more and more damage. Let's say he has 252 physical defense and 4 HP. We are looking at also around that 90 to 100%. So just about falling short of the 1-hit KO on the Rhyperior. So obviously you are gonna need some chip damage. We are definitely outspeeding. Rhyperior is slow and is usually run in Trick Room. Let's have a look at a different opponent. Let's say Togekiss. Togekiss, very meta relevant. Also VGC, very much into the meta game. Let's say Impish. Okay, so physical, no, not Impish. Let's say Bold. Physical minus physical attack. Let's say 252 HP, level 50. Let's say max, 252 HP, 252 defense. We are looking at a 2-shot on the Poison Jab. Let's say he does not have any physical defense. We're looking at 70 to 82%. 69 to 81%. Let's say he's got less. Let's say he's non-invested. Let's say he is timid nature. And he's just got, let's say, 4 defense. We are looking at 90 to 105. So there is a possibility of this Togekiss getting KO'd by a poison jab on the Garchomp. This is all at +1. So if we can go up to +2, we guarantee the knockout on Rhyperior and on the Togekiss as well. Another meta relevant Pokemon. Let's have a look at Dracovish. Obviously Dracovish has that Vicious Rend, which does huge damage. Probably KO's Garchomp. Let's check that. Let's say Jolly, let's say Life Orb, and that is another one. I don't have a Life Orb on this Garchomp. Let's flash the Life Orb. Let's slap a Life Orb on there. Let's say Vicious Rend. And 252. Max attack. Let's say 4 HP. Vicious Rend. Wow. Vicious Rend only does 50%. This is probably because they are assuming that Garchomp is faster and he will strike first. If he has Tailwind up. Okay, so Dracovish in Tailwind does outspeed +1 speed Garchomp and does nearly KO. It shouldn't KO at full, but look at the damage. Look at the damage Garchomp is putting out. Dracovish obviously not the most bulky Pokemon, although he has 100 base defense and 90 HP, he doesn't really get investment a lot because you need the speed, that's one. So if you choose to run less speed, you are in danger of getting outsped by this Garchomp. 160. Okay, so if he runs 160 speed or less, he is gonna get outsped. That is 40, 52, 56, that's 96, right? Yeah, 96. So this could be a spread to not outspeed, but you still KO him with ease. Even with the EQ, it has a chance of KOing Dragon Claw easily. Let's say different Pokemon, Dragon Bolt, all out attacker, 50. We are choice specs timid, I see. But although Draco Meteor does KO, he doesn't KO with Shadow Ball, doesn't KO with Fire Blast. Does he KO with Dragon Pulse? Probably. I would assume he KOs, yeah, he KOs. But look at that. Dragon Claw is KOing, EQ is KOing Dragon Pulse as well. Outrage, look at that. That kills 3.5 Dragon Pulse. But the big thing, non-scarfed max speed Dragapult will get outsped by +1 Garchomp, and you don't even need this amount of speed. Let's say you drop it down. Let's say you try and speed creep this Dragapult and put him down. Put it down to 214 at +1, obviously. We're gonna get a lot of bulk. Okay, so we need to have 60 speed and then a +1 to outspeed non-scarfed max speed Dragapult. I mean, that's a very likely scenario here. So that's 192, 196. So this could be a viable Garchomp. 196 in the HP, so you've got a lot of HP. Let's say physical. Let's say Jolly. Let's not put choice specs on. This is obviously, I slapped on the Life Orb on the Garchomp, so this is Life Orb damage. People, I need to address that. 0, let's say 252. He is jolly. No item. Okay. Change the move. Let's say Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts with this HP investment does not KO Garchomp. That is insane. So as you can see, let's say Excadrill. Very viable Pokemon in both VGC and in singles. I've used Excadrill in Sand in singles. Haven't used Excadrill in VGC yet. Let's say Jolly Nature, Sandrush. So let's say with sand up, sand, where's the sand? Put sand up, okay, put earthquake, Ironet, let's see the damage. So in the sand, we're gonna need a lot more speed again. So maybe dropping our speed this low is not gonna work. This is obviously a non-invested. Yeah, I mean, sand rushing Excadrill is probably not gonna be something you are gonna be speed creeping, I would assume. Because if you go, let's say maxed, how much speed did we have? 253 at +1. Let's say 100. Yeah, so Excadrill needs minimal investment to outspeed Garchomp in the sand, obviously in the sand. But again, let's have a look at the damage. At +1 Life Orb damage, we are doing 271% to 320% on the Excadrill. So Excadrill not living a hit from Garchomp. Who else do we have? Who else is really relevant? Let's say Mimikyu. Poison, I'm writing in Poison Jab because I'm Mimikyu. OU Swords Dance, pretty standard stuff. Max speed, max attack, Adamant Nature. Poison Jab at +1 does 98% max. Wow, shocking, dude. This is at +1, guys. If you can get to +2, nothing is living a hit from this Garchomp. This is absolutely insane. Obviously, he is gonna be able to KO you back with the Play Rough if he still has his disguise intact. So that is obviously a different scenario. Hydreigon definitely not living a hit here. Hydreigon not really that bulky. Obviously is not gonna live a hit. He gets absolutely bopped. Let's say who did I want to go? Oh yeah, Ferrothorn. 50. Let's say 252, just for the sake of it. Let's switch Poison Jab out for Fire Fang. Fire Fang, whoa, my goodness, are you kidding me? Is this real? Max HP, maxed physical defense. Let's put a defense invested, let's say Impish. Okay, Impish has a small, a 2.3% chance to live a Fire Fang at +1. I mean, this is insane, dude. And definitely gets the 2-shot on EQ, so it can't really switch in for free. Who else do we have in the metagame right now? Who else is very, very prominent on teams? Can't really think of anything. Let's say Hatterene. Hatterene obviously is not bulky in the physical side, he's more especially bulky. Let's say maxed HP. Hatterene is probably run not really physically defensive wise. So let's just have a look at the damage here. Fire Fang EQ at +1 kills. I don't even need to put Poison Jab on the set for Hatterene. Poison Jab obviously kills, but EQ does the job as well for a max HP Hatterene. Let's say his counterpart, Indeedee. Not sure how bulky that thing is. Not bulky at all. Let's say 252. Let's say Impish or Bolt. So maxed HP, max physically defensive at level 50, not level 100. Outrage is a KO. EQ is a guaranteed KO, so no option to follow me into the trick room for free. Garchomp, obviously, he needs to be at +1 here. But Garchomp at +1 does kill with EQ. You don't even need to get Outrage on the set. EQ does the job. I mean, we can sit here for days and go through Pokemons. I mean, this is a Life Orb +1. I can't stress this enough. This is just a +1 max attack Garchomp. I mean, Garchomp got access to Swords Dance. He has always got access to Swords Dance. And Garchomp with his Swords Dance up is very scary for your opponent. But the downside of Garchomp was he couldn't boost his speed. Sure, 102 base speed is not bad, but there were plenty of Pokemon that outsped Garchomp. A lot of HP Ice, again, that is also not available in Sword and Shield because we've got the hidden power being removed. I'm not sure how it's gonna work with the expansion pass and with the home coming out, because there will be Pokemon from Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon and all that stuff before Sword and Shield that will have HP Ice on their sets. What happens when they transfer in those Pokemon? Will hidden power be removed from the game completely, or will you be able to transfer? That is obviously a whole different discussion, but that was basically Garchomp's downfall or drawback. In previous generations, Garchomp could boost his attack, and with an SD you go to +2, and as you can see with the damage output at +1, +2 is absolutely devastating, but he couldn't boost that speed. So he was stuck at 169 speed, and you've got so many Pokemon that could outspeed Garchomp and revenge kill it. So you couldn't really sweep with the Garchomp without the speed boost. Obviously in VGC there is availability to Tailwind. For example, lead option with Whimsicott, Prankster, Tailwind, and you've got a +2 speed Garchomp, Wrecking Shop. If you can get an SD up in the same turn, obviously that is going to be a better strategy, but this is also being aimed at singles. I mean, Tailwind in singles is not that great. It is much better in VGC because you instantly have the speed boost with the other Pokemon. You do not have that in singles. Obviously, when you Tailwind, the Pokemon that uses Tailwind is going to get faster, but usually you set up the Tailwind for another member of your team, which in VGC is also the case, but that other member is next to your current Pokemon. So I'm going to stop rambling about Tailwind, but this was a preview video about Garchomp potentially breaking the meta for me, because I love Garchomp. I've always loved using it, and I also had SD on my Garchomp, pretty much the standard stuff with the Garchomp in the previous generations, SD and then EQ, Dragon Claw, and a filler move like Poison Jab for the fairies, for Fire Fang for potentially Ferret Thorns, and who knows what other coverage moves Garchomp might get in Sword and Shield when he gets released in the at the end of the year. I believe he was getting released with the second expansion pass, not the first one unfortunately. So we will still have to wait until the end of the year to find out if Garchomp will get access to Dragon Dance. But in my opinion, there is a good chance that Garchomp will be getting Dragon Dance. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below what you potentially think about Garchomp with D-Dance. Is it exciting for you? Do you think, no, I don't want to see Garchomp with D-Dance because that thing is already going to be very meta relevant and prominent in the current meta as it is, so we don't even need an extra buff with the Dragon Dance to it? Do you think it would be too overpowered for Garchomp to all of a sudden get Dragon Dance? Let me know down below and I will see you in another video. Also, if you have any suggestions on Pokemon that are already been shown with potential moveset buffs, also leave that down below and we could potentially have a look at those movesets and those potential damage outputs in a future video. So I'm gonna thank you guys for watching and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.